Hi Stampers, I'm Meg from Loven Stamps, and I have another Sea of Textures project to share with you. This one features a fun fold, which I love to add to cards. Sometimes it's nice to just do something a little bit different. So this one has a panel that actually opens this direction, and then you have your card inside for however you want to write or address or sign or whatnot. But let's talk about how to make this fun focal point down here using the different features from the Sea of Texture stamp set, but you'll notice no octopus. So this is a great stamp set. You don't have to use the octopus every time you make something with it. So let's grab our supplies and I'll give you some tips. Okay, so grabbing my supplies here, you can set your directions aside and so you're a person who likes to follow along with them. And I am going to give you the secret of this card, which is I just love when paper cutting is easy, okay? So I know this looks like a crazy, you gotta fold and measure and all sorts of things, but it's really a simple card. So let me show you the background for this. Okay, if this is a half sheet of cardstock, we are 5.5 inches here and 8.5 inches across, and then scored in the middle at 4.25 inches, okay? So then all I did was I cut off 2 inches from the right side here. Okay, so this piece is just 2 inches wide by 5.5. And then I scored this in the center. All right, so it's gonna fold to be our inner panel. And then all I have to do is fold this here, and this is gonna be our front panel, and our pieces go together like that. I know. Game changer, right? This card is so simple. And then all you have to do is come up with a fun focal point that goes on this panel. So let me show you the focal point that I've created. So I'm going to start with the background here. I love coordinating designer series paper. These are from the same set, Under the Sea or Tranquil Textures, but they are coordinating patterns. So there's 6 different patterns in there. They're double-sided paper. So basically you have 12 things to mix and match. And I cut that just to fit inside there. And then this piece is a 1 3/4, oh no, it's 2 inches by 5.25 to fit there. So I'm going to add some snail to the back of that. And that is a fun size piece because it's easy to make a ton of them from a designer series paper sheet. So we have just a really nice set of cutting here. Now this piece is going to go on here. So you could put this on with snail. I actually like to just give it a little added strength and pop it on with a couple pieces of tear tape. So I'm gonna pop that on there. The harder you push that down, the easier it is to peel off the backing. And then slide this across here, and there we have our card base. See how simple that was? The cutting is really easy. All right, then we have some fun pieces here. The net, which if you haven't watched my video tutorial on this textured background and the embossing mats, oh my gosh, don't miss it because this is a really flexible die piece. Gives you some really cool ideas. But I am going to attach this by adding this first. And so I need my greeting here. So I'm going to grab my Tranquil Tide ink pad, and Stampin' Spots are included in these. So if you don't have the ink colors and you're ordering one of my Stamps and Mail Club kit, rest assured you're going to have what you need because it's included in the kit. All right, then I'm going to take this with a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals and pop these on the back. And then rather than worrying about trying to put adhesive on the back of this net, I mean, there's all kinds of ways you can do that, but honestly, let's just go simple. And pop this baby on there and just press those dimensionals down so they stay, and now our net is attached too. Could not be simpler. All right, then I have this really fun piece of the bright champagne foil sheets, and this gives us just a nice contrast to our card, so it really helps to pop things out. Now here's a trick. If your paper goes out past here, as soon as you try to open this, it's going to try and pop off. So you want to trim this to match. Okay, and then go ahead and adhere this. So I'm gonna pop some this down. You want to be really slow and deliberate if you're trying to add this with snail, because the back of that paper is just a little plasticky and it can kind of resist that snail sticking. So now I'm gonna line up here to the edge and put that across. And then 2 more die cut pieces here. These are die cut from designer series paper. So remember when you're using your big shot dies, like the one from the Under the Sea framelits, think about cutting from designer series paper for just some fun neutral patterns. These aren't really busy patterns. And I'm gonna pop these on with a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals. and get those set. And then these I'm going to tuck just a little bit underneath our Have a Wonderful Adventure. So we're basically building a focal point. We're adding things to this area of the card that will draw a person's eye there. Okay, so there is our Fresh Fig Designer Series paper. And then there is our, oops, and I didn't even listen to my own advice. Make sure, again, that you don't go past the edge of that Tranquil Tide background paper, or your pieces will get knocked off every time someone opens this little card. So there we go. I know our net's going on, but it's pretty flexible. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and give it a little bend there so that it is easy to fold. Okay, so we have two things to add to this card. One of them is this sweet little bow that is using the baker's twine, and I have a lesson to share with you. This is sadly what happens when you trust your dog and you shouldn't. So I had a really busy weekend with our vacation stamping school demonstrator training event, and I knew this was on the floor, and she never bothers anything. So she's such a good dog. But when I got home, I realized that Pepper could not resist the lure of the baker's twine. So rest assured, all your kits were cut before my dog slobbered all over this, and this is going into my recycling bin. All right. Anyway, probably not good for her either. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to tie a bow on nothing. So the easiest way to do this is to go ahead and pinch a loop between your fingers, wrap around behind the loop, and then where that extra piece is coming off, you're going to stick it through that extra aroundy loop that you just made, and then pull the two ends. And that gives you your bow. So to make this the right scale for a card, I'm going to make those little cinch pretty tight down there. And then my favorite way to attach this is actually a mini glue dot, or just a glue dot, because that doesn't take any time to dry. Okay, so we'll do that in a second. In the meantime, I am going to pull in my clear stamp case. This is an extra. You can purchase these from the catalog from my online store, and they make a great little tray for adding sprinkles to your card. Okay, so I have my liquid adhesive, which I store, oh, my sponge is stuck to me, which I store this direction in a cute little shot glass so that I always have the glue ready at the tip where I want it. And I'm going to set my card in here, open up my glue, and then figure out, I think 3 is a great number of places to add our sprinkles. So I'm going to put a little glue down here, and I'll put some glue here that overlaps our foil paper just a little. And then maybe just a couple here up in this top corner. So I'm going to put the lid back on, tuck that back in my shot glass so it's all ready for gluing next time. And here you can see kind of how much glue I've added. So it's not really mounded on there, but there's enough that my beads are going to stick nicely. And then I'm just going to pour my extra beads over the top. Okay. You can pour as many as you want. You pour the whole container if it makes you happy. Sometimes it feels like a big splurge. But go ahead and press those beads in, and then just gently tap them back into the container. And if you have a ton of glue globbed on there, you might find your beads kind of sticking to each other. That's okay. Or to other places on your card. You can happily leave them there, or you can just encourage them to go back in the container if you don't want them all there. But I think I'm happy with this. So go ahead and tap, make sure all the beads are committed to being on your card. And then you can take your tray here and you can just dump those excess beads back in the container. So makes this a really easy cleanup. I just love them. You don't want stray beads everywhere, because then when you're stamping, it's gonna like show up underneath your paper, or you're trying to fold things. It's just a mess. All right, so then as promised, I'm going to use my fingernails here to squish a glue dot. Coming is the take a pick tool. Take your pick. Okay, whatever it's called. It's in the holiday catalog, and it is amazing, and it will make so easy to scrape glue dots onto your project. So I am in love with it already, and that is available starting September 5th, or now if you are a demonstrator, or you could get it as part of a demonstrator starter kit if you were interested in signing up to be part of my Loven Stampful's demonstrator team. So that, as part of kits, is available now. Make sure you ask me for questions if you have any. All right, so there is our fun focal point card. We managed to use the Sea of Textures and really show off some of the fun aspects of this bundle. You don't have to use the octopus every time you stamp. I'm gonna open this here, open this here. Oh, there's a stray bead. And then, of course, you can write in there, add some extra layers if white, if you want to. Or I always recommend the white gel pen for writing inside cards. I love the crispness of that white ink on a dark colored cardstock like Tranquil Tide. So let me know if you would like to request a kit. Be sure to check out my other videos on the Sea of Textures bundles and product suite, and I look forward to sharing another project with you again soon. Happy stamping!